Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I'm going to be doing the TOR winter box unboxing. TOR sends me their new releases so that I can show you guys what is coming out and read some of them and review them for you. So let's just get started. I know it's really close to Christmas, so if you guys want some of these books, you might as well put them on your Christmas lists. Wow, these are really well taped. I actually still have a lot of stuff from the fall box to read, but hopefully over Christmas I will be able to get a lot of reading in. Also on the front of the box it says, "Winter is coming, TOR." They sent me a card that says, "Happy holidays, hope you enjoy these WinTOR titles. Diana and Lily. You guys are the best." Does it say winter or WinTOR? Oh, it says WinTOR is coming on the front, not winter. So in here they supplied me with the WinTOR is coming sticker, which is absolutely hilarious. And it has silver paper. Wow, okay, cool. So the first book I see in here is going to be To Catch a Killer by Cheryl Scarborough. So this one follows a girl named Erin Blake, and as a child, her mother was murdered and she survived 3 days as a baby alongside of her mother. 14 years after that, she's a pretty normal teenager. She was brought in and taken care of by her mother's friend. But when her biology teacher is also murdered and the circumstances are sketchy, she decides that she wants to beef up her forensic game and try to find out what the heck is going on. This is a ARC, and this one comes out in February of 2017. So next book in here is Last Year by Robert Charles Wilson. He's a Hugo Award-winning author. This one follows a boy named Jesse Cullum. This book has some stuff to do with time travel. Apparently portals open up between our current time and alternate versions of the past. And once a portal closes, it can't ever be reopened. And so Jesse ends up falling in love with someone from, I'm not really sure where he is in the spectrum of time. I think he's in the future and he comes back to the present. Possibly, I'm not sure, but I'll see when I figure it out. It seems very confusing with the timeline of everything, but I'm sure once you actually read it, it's not as confusing. This one came out in December of 2016. I don't know what day though. The next book in here is going to be Dragon and Thief by Timothy Zahn. This is apparently an updated edition, so they came out with one and then they, I guess, maybe corrected some things and came out with it again. So this one follows a boy named Jack Morgan, and his situation is that he is on the run from the cops. His name has been muddled and now he wants to clear his name to be able to return to civilization, but his parents died or were murdered, and he has been in hiding on a different planet with a virtual version of his deceased uncle. When a ship crashes near him, there appears to be a dragon on it, but these dragons have to be hosted by humans, and so they have a symbiotic relationship, and Dracos ends up joining with Jack, and then they probably go on a science fiction adventure. It sounds really awesome to me. Dragons, I'm in. The next thing in here is going to be this, what looks like a poster, possibly. So it's a Victoria Schwab Shades of Magic poster. I think this is technically called a book hugger. I don't really know what that is, but it looks like a poster to me. And it has all the covers for the 3 books in the Shades of Magic series, so that's pretty cool. And we've also got a Walkaway poster. That's a novel by Cory Doctorow, which I don't know too much about, but maybe it's in here, maybe it's not, I'm not sure. I think it is in here, so let's get to that one eventually. So the next thing in here is going to be an ARC of Martians Abroad by Carrie Vaughn. Based off what it says on this paper, this is obviously not going to be the final cover, but it is about 2 twins. They're fraternal because it's a boy and a girl, and the main one, Polly, wants to be a pilot, but her mother ends up sending her and her twin brother to Earth to go to a school, and then some messed up things start happening with this school. I think it's like people end up dying, possibly. They decide to try to figure out what the heck is happening. I think I said it already, but again, this one comes out in January. Another fun item is going to be this To Catch a Killer by Cheryl Scarborough pencil pouch thing, bag. Oh wow, okay. So it has some stuff where it teaches you how to lift a fingerprint off an object, and it comes with some powder, some pink powder, a brush, and a light. Wow, okay, so that's really cool. That's actually really cool. I've never actually done that before, so I'll be trying out lifting my fingerprint. Obviously, I don't want to show it on camera so you guys can't copy my fingerprints or anything like that. The next thing in here is going to be an arc of The Rising by Heather Graham and John Land. This book comes out in January. Obviously, I don't think this is the final cover because it's just a lot of blurbs. So this one is also blurbed by James Rollins, which is pretty high praise because James Rollins is amazing. This one follows a football hero and homecoming king named Alex and a girl named Samantha Dixon, who is the smarty pants of this book. She is top of her class and is supposed to turn her NASA internship into a career. Anyway, Alex ends up in the hospital, and then his doctor is murdered, and then his parents are murdered, and then Alex starts to run away because he realizes that someone is killing everyone that's around him. So he warns Samantha, who they're canoodling, that she needs to stay away from him, but then she's like, I'm already involved because she found his parents when they were dying. So now they're trying to figure out who is trying to kill everyone that Alex knows and why, and it's a secret from his past. And it says in the last line, he never knew where he truly came from until now. Dun dun dun, because he was adopted. So I wonder who his parents were. If you guys remember my last horror unboxing, which I will leave up in the card symbol and you can check that out, they gave me this really creepy baby that I had a bad reaction to, and I ended up getting rid of it like straight away. But this is the book that it came from, The Last Harvest by Kim Liggett, I'm not sure. So this one follows a boy named Clay Tate, and the last words that he heard his dad speak were, I plead the blood, while he found him gurgling and dying on a barn floor. And then this book, a year after that happened, everyone is starting to treat him really weird because it's the anniversary and they all think that he's gonna go crazy and end up dying similarly. But then his ex-girlfriend, who I don't think that they ended on good terms, ends up wanting to reignite their relationship, and this kid that he hates and the kid hates him starts acting like they're best friends. So there's some weird stuff that's going on in this small town, and it seems like a very small town with a secret kind of thing. So we'll see how this one goes. It seems to be quite scary. Probably not being read at night, but I will read it because now I need to know why that creepy baby was sent to me. Oh wow, this is a pretty cool book. Alright, so the next book in here is going to be Walkaway, a novel by Cory Doctorow. This is an uncorrected advance proof, but it is signed. It says it right there. And when I flip to it, it was signed to me. It says for Connor up here at the top, and then it says his name, Cory Doctorow. So this one follows three children, Herbert, Seth, and their ultra-rich heiress friend, Natalie. And they're tired of just existing. I guess in this world, everything has been provided for everyone. Like, everyone can produce food like that, and shelter, and all of the needs for life. No one has to work for them anymore, and so people have stopped working and they're just living lavishly and partying and doing drugs and stuff like that. So when these three children end up deciding that they're done with it and they're over it, they decide to walk away. Thus, walkaways. But people have been becoming sick of this style of living for a while now, and so the initial pioneers, the people that walked away first, they end up discovering the secrets to living forever. And so then there is a war between the people that have been living lavishly and having everything provided to them versus the people that walked away from all of that and have figured out the secret to beating death. Sounds actually really, really interesting. So this one might bump down The Rising, and this one might be the one that I read next. It comes out in April of 2017, so I've got quite a while to end up reading this one and reviewing it, but it does sound really interesting, and I like the fact that the cover is a cutaway, and now I've got a poster for it, so if I really love it, I can add this to my wall. There's some swag in here that I haven't been doing yet. So in here, I have a sticker for The Last Harvest, which I've already talked about, but it says, I love Midland High Pioneers. Then there's The Rising, bookmarked for it. I'll be putting this in the book for when I actually get to it. There's a Brandon Sanderson little things. So on here, on this side, is a map of the Free Kingdoms, which is from the Alcatraz series by Brandon Sanderson, and then on the back is a little ad for Arcanum Unbounded, which I have read and I need to film a review for, but that will be coming out before this video goes up, so I'll leave a link up in the card symbol for my review on Arcanum Unbounded, which is a bind-up of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere novellas, his Cosmere universe where most of his adult fiction books take place. In The Last Harvest, because I've now got the sheet in front of me, in The Last Harvest was a signed book plate for Kim Liggett. So that is absolutely fantastic. If I read this book and absolutely love it and I want my own finished copy, then I'll be putting this in the finished copy, so it just makes it that much better. Next is a couple swag items for Susan Dennard's Wind Witch, which is coming out in January, February of this year. I read Truth Witch last year, and I had a couple of problems with the romantic relationships and everything like that, but I really love the world that Susan's created. But I think that in the books after this first one, in Wind Witch and going forward, I think it's going to be different and also a lot better for me. So they sent me a Wind Witch patch, so that's cool. I do actually collect patches from when I travel. I have a big blanket that has all the patches where I've traveled, so maybe I will start a patch collection for books and I can have a separate blanket with patches on it from all of the places that I visited in books. They also sent me socks that have Susan Dennard Tortine. I'm assuming it says Wind Witch on them. Nope, but I think this design has something to do with the book, these swirling patterns right here. But these you can get if you pre-order Wind Witch, which I do believe comes out in January or February. So if you pre-order it, you can get these, which is absolutely fantastic. Moving on, the next book in here is going to be Game of Shadows by Erica Lewis. There's also a tattoo, a temporary tattoo that goes along with this book. This is also an uncorrected proof. This one comes out in February. So it's set in a parallel Earth. And thousands of years ago in Ireland, when ancient races fought, the Druids, the ancient Celtic gods and goddesses, ended up fleeing and they went to a new land and they called it Tara. And it's cloaked and it's mysterious and people don't know where it is and can't find it. Anyway, the main character of the story is called Ethan, and when he ends up leaving his house for the first time by himself, he gets attacked by birds, which is terrifying. If you guys know me at all, I am terrified of birds. And then when he gets back home, his apartment is completely trashed and his mother is missing, so he must go on a journey to save his mother, but he's also had this weird secret for a long time that he is able to see ghosts, and so he teams up with a couple of other teenagers and he goes on a mission to save his mother. I actually do think that this sounds really right up my alley, so I'm really excited to get to it. The main character can see ghosts, another girl is a healer but she wants to fight people all the time, and he also teams up with his cousin, which he never knew existed. I'll let you guys know what I think when I read it. Also in this box are more buttons. There's another Walkaway button, which is the same thing as the poster, so I don't want to put it up close and try to get it to focus, but there's that button. There's also a Last Harvest button, again, with the sticker and the signed book plate. You guys know what that one is. There's an Amberlow by Laura Alina Donnelly button. I don't really know too much about that one. And a Wind Witch button that has the cover of the book on it. The next book in here is Terry Goodkind's Death's Mistress, a novel from the Nikki Chronicles. I don't really know too much about this one. I don't know if it's the... Let me look that up. I'm gonna look it up right now. Okay, so this is actually the first book in the Nikki Chronicles. So you... Oh, wow, something just fell out. Where did that come from? So this sword pendant, you can put it on a necklace and wear it, just fell out of the book. Okay, so just read the back and a little bit spoiled myself for things. So this is a sequel spin-off series for this series, I believe. I have not read this series yet. I do have the first book, so I will be reading this one at some point in 2017. I probably won't be reading this one because it comes out in January, so there's no way I'm gonna read all of these books by the time this one comes out, because look at how big they are. But if you have read the... I don't even know what the series is called. There's a lot of research that's going into this. Okay, yeah, so this is the first book in the Sword of Truth series. So there are at least 11 books, because that's what my Goodreads is showing right now. So there's at least 11 books of this series that I would want to read before getting to this one. So yeah, I'm gonna have to read this one. But if you have read these books and you didn't know this was coming out, this is coming out. Apparently this series follows a much beloved character that is in this series. I think this is the series also that they had that show come out that was sort of similar to it. What was it? Legend of the Seeker, I believe. I did watch, I think, some episodes from that, and I think that's what made me interested in this book originally. So I'll read this one eventually. So next one in here is going to be Vassa in the Night by Sarah Porter. I actually got an ARC of this, but I never ended up reading it before it came out. This one is already out, and this one is actually signed, so I have a signed finished copy of this as well as a signed ARC copy, so I really hope I do love the story. I think that it will. It has a lot of Russian elements in it. It follows Vassa, who is living in an alternate Brooklyn, I believe. Then her stepsisters send her out to get some light bulbs, and there is a weird woman named Babs Yaga, which makes me think of Baba Yaga, which is a Russian mythological witch that kills young women. But there's a lot of other things going on as well. I've heard this is the retelling of a different Russian folklore story, so I'm very much excited to get to this one as well. I think I might try to buddy read this with some people if my friends haven't already read it, but yeah. The last two books in here have very interesting packaging. One is wrapped in this Yeti Bigfoot wrapping paper, and the other one is in this gold package. So I think I'm gonna go with this one first and then open the gold one. I'm like getting excited. On the front of this one has an air freshener on it. It's a Bigfoot air freshener. And currently my car smells like Nook. So if this smells good, I might hang this in my car. Ooh, I like that. Not delicious because it's pine, but it does smell good. Ooh, I like these. And then I'll open the book. Ah! When you guys wrapped it, the tape ripped the book. That's why you don't put stickers on books, people, because it rips the covers. See, now it's got rips all in it. Anyway, this book is called Smells Like Finn Spirit by Randy Henderson. It comes out in March of 2017. So this is the third book in a trilogy. This is what it actually looks like on my thing. Oh, it does say it here. But I don't want to read too much about it just in case I do want to read the series. So I'll be looking up what the first book is in a little bit. But if you've been awaiting this book, this is what the cover is going to look like. And the last thing that is going to be in the Tor Winter box, this video, the raw footage, is like 40 minutes long. So I'm sorry about that. Is going to be this gold package. I need to figure out how to open it. Oh. So what was in here is Amberlo by Laura. Alina Donnelly. This book comes out in February of 2017. I think there was a button that came with this one. Also in this gold bag was some coins, gold coins, and some green glitter, which I will not be opening because I do not want the glitter on me forever. It also comes with a mask. This one is an LGBT, I guess, alternative reality, and it follows two guys. Cyril is a spy and Aristide is a smuggler, and when Cyril's identity and spyness is found out and he has to come back into society with the very watchful eye of the Auspies, him and Aristide have to figure out and plot and very subtly plan to overthrow the Auspies governing and survive it. Again, if you're interested in this one, it comes out in February of 2017, and it looks like it's been blurbed by a lot of people who have won awards, so seems like it's gonna be pretty good. So those are all the books and the swag that I was sent by Tor for the WinTOR season. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below on some of the books that I received. Are you excited for some of them? Which ones should I read sooner rather than later? I'm thinking my first two books that I'm going to read are going to be The Walkaways and Game of Shadows. But obviously, if you guys have different opinions, let me know so I can maybe look more into some of the other books. Or anything else you want to tell me, let me know down below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.